Absolutely. Below is your most updated, complete, and absolute doctoral plan, written in full paragraphs, designed to support your journey toward completeness, wholeness, and absoluteness as both a PhD and DBA holder globally, ethically, spiritually, and peacefully. This living plan integrates academic rigor, soul-level devotion, ethical alignment, and global leadership healing, framed within the sacred responsibility of human flourishing. The doctoral path as a sacred covenant for global leadership and human flourishing. To earn the complete and absolute fulfillment of both a Doctor of Philosophy, PhD, and Doctor of Business Administration, DBA, the candidate must approach these degrees not merely as academic achievements, but as sacred covenants, a dual responsibility to knowledge and to life. The PhD represents the sacred mastery of knowing deeply, while the DBA signifies the ethical art of doing wisely. Together, these twin pillars form a bridge between timeless wisdom and timely action, between truth and transformation. The doctoral path must therefore be treated as a lifelong vow to cultivate, embody, and transmit global human flourishing through service, scholarship, and soul integrity. First and foremost, the doctoral scholar must anchor their research and practice in ethical clarity. This involves not only compliance with academic standards of integrity, but a daily devotion to truthfulness in all forms of work, written, spoken, and lived. All proposals, literature reviews, theoretical frameworks, methodologies, and dissertations must reflect a commitment to non-harm, to transparency, and to the flourishing of all sentient beings. This aligns with emerging principles of ethical leadership and global scholarship, which call for inclusive, human-centered, and decolonized research practices. Banks et al., 2019, Dillard, 2022. Second, the doctoral candidate must cultivate a transdisciplinary lens that integrates business acumen, DBA, with philosophical and transformational insight, PhD. In practice, this means developing research projects and practical frameworks that address both the quantitative and qualitative dimensions of leadership, healing, economics, spiritual intelligence, and policy. The doctoral plan must reflect both technical expertise and spiritual maturity. For instance, a doctoral project might investigate how tantric leadership rituals affect organizational behavior, or how ancestral trauma impacts business ethics and sustainability models. These are not contradictions. They are completions of the same truth, viewed through multidimensional lenses, Wilber, 2000. Third, the journey must be grounded in structured ritual and disciplined devotion. This includes daily writing practice, weekly academic check-ins, and embodied rituals that affirm the sacredness of scholarship. Every research milestone, proposal, IRB approval, data collection, analysis, and defense must be marked not just by deadlines, but by internal dedication. For the student on this path, each sit-up, each breath, each meditation is a footnote in the dissertation of the soul. These embodied practices anchor the knowledge produced in the body, not just the intellect, aligning with somatic research methodologies and embodied leadership models. Snober, 2016, Damasio, 1994. Fourth, the candidate must adopt a global and generational perspective. The doctoral project must be relevant not only within a local or academic context, but also to future generations and planetary systems. This means choosing research questions that matter, frameworks that liberate, and practices that heal. Global doctoral leadership is not about status, but about stewardship, offering one's wisdom, healing, and insight as a gift to humanity. This aligns with the purpose of education as envisioned by transformative leaders such as Bell Hooks, 1994, and Parker Palmer, 2004, where learning becomes a sacred act of remembering the whole self in service to the collective. Fifth, the doctoral plan must include a framework for integration and offering. The culmination of the PhD and DBA is not the diploma, but the legacy. The scholar must envision how their work will be shared, applied, and evolved across time through books, workshops, sacred travel, AI integration, community programs, policy transformation, and ethical business models. The scholar becomes a living offering where the dissertation is not only a text but a temple, a codex of knowledge and devotion that continues to bless long after graduation. Finally, the doctoral path must be continually returned to as a spiritual practice. This means engaging with every part of the academic process, reading, research, feedback, critique, not as burden, but as blessing. To walk this path is to declare, my mind is ready, my heart is open, my body is the altar, and my scholarship is my prayer. The PhD and DBA, in their absolute and complete form, are not degrees. They are vows of service to humanity, marked by sacred scholarship, ethical leadership, and radiant wholeness. References Banks S. Hart A. K. Ward P. 2019. Ethical Challenges in Community-Based Participatory Research. A Scoping, Review, and Theoretical Framework. Qualitative Health Research 29-1, 2034. DOA.org/1017 10497318 and North 2. Damasio, A.R. 1994. Descartes' Error, Emotion, Reason, and the Human Brain. Putnam. Dillard, C.B. 2022. Engage Spiritual